allow women
Yeah,
to
but
put a
most men
price.
aren't paying their bills. Let's be honest.
Y'all allow women to put a price tag on what you are as a man. When money don't make the man, man make the money. What is your value as a man?
One thing Luis brought up earlier is he said, you know, like things are gonna change like when the economy crashes, right? Now, to me, the fact that the economy has to crash for things to change shows that the economic incentive isn't there currently. Because we need the economy to be in a worse off state in order for these women to then realize, hey, I actually need a man in my life. I'm just saying that the economy is currently in such a setup in a way where in order to survive, women don't have to be in a relationship. You know, and I'm just saying it like this, like let's be realistic. None of us are women, but if we were women in modern society in America right now, I don't think any of us, if we were women, the first thing we would be trying to do is get married or get in a relationship. Now, I agree with Hink in the sense of that, like, okay, they get a benefit when they leave the relationship, but that doesn't add to more marriages. That adds to more divorces. So I'm talking about the incentives to stay in the relationship. When a woman is in a marriage, there are way more incentives for her to leave than there are to stay. She can gain more financially by leaving you. She can gain more status socially by leaving than staying. There are so many benefits that a woman can get by leaving a relationship that it's almost as if, well, like again, if you were a woman, what reason would you have to stay in a marriage unless you're in a marriage that is economically providing for you, like, which is what a lot of women say now. They say, oh, I need a dude to be paying the bills. I'm not going 50-50, because in their mind, the only thing that would incentivize them to want to be in a relationship like that is the economic benefit. So I'm just saying that we have to keep in mind that in past times where marriage worked a lot more, it wasn't like women were living lavish lives off of, you know, their, you know, or whatever the case was, but they still had an economic benefit. They didn't have to do the same type of work they have to do now. You know, like they couldn't just go to a grocery store or restaurant and get food. They had to cook. Like, it's an entirely different society we're talking about. The society we live in now is not centered around nuclear families. It's just not. So because the society is not centered around nuclear families, nuclear families have become less advantageous for the members of them. There's so many more incentives to just be single or to just date, like you economically and in multiple ways. You know what I'm saying? So that's the way I'm looking at it. But I definitely agree with Hink where he said when they leave the relationship, they're going to get a benefit. Sure, if I divorce you and get alimony, I'm going to get an incentive. And if I get child support or something like that, I'm going to get incentive. But without child support or nothing like that, what's the point of staying?
Let me get to Ricky. No, let me get to Ricky first, y'all. Let me get to Ricky.
Okay.
And then we'll go to Luis and then
This is some of the saddest shit I done heard in a long time. What is your value as a fucking man, dog? My value to my wife way outweighs financial incentives by tons. It's crazy how y'all can sit up here and speak of how important leadership is, but in this discussion, don't none of you niggas bring it up. Y'all talk about covering and all these relations, but when it comes to some woman choosing, it's all about some financial shit. The reason why shit is the way it is now, because men allow women to value us. Again, what's the incentive? Paying shit by yourself or having somebody help pay you with it? What's the incentive on that? Right? Y'all allow women to put a price.
Most men aren't paying their bills. Let's be honest.
Y'all allow women to put a price tag on what you are as a man. When money don't make the man, man make the money. What is your value as a man? What is y'all talking about? A marriage. And let me tell y'all something about you niggas that ain't never been married, ain't talked about get married. It's like love. You never know what it is till you in it. So stop speaking about marriage if you ain't never been in it. Y'all need to really fucking stop. If you ain't been married, shut the fuck up. Talk about single shit. Because a lot of men and a lot of women, y'all walk around here, love ain't shit. I don't need love, until you get your motherfucking ass in it. Then it's a whole different thing, right? when that person come in the room and you look at them and just smile to be in their presence. When you can't imagine a day without this person. Broke, rich, don't matter. The benefits are, there's benefits for men and women in marriage. You have a man that you can count on. You have a man that's going to be there at 3 a.m, no matter what. You have somebody to take care of you. How many single women y'all done heard who had a goddamn accident or some type of operation and ain't got nobody to take care of them? Y'all want to allow women to buy their way into security. Oh, she can get her own money. What she need me for? That's you niggas. The only reason this stuff moves the way it does, the only way it's accepted in society is because men allowed it. You allowed a woman to dictate your value and not the other way around. Y'all really need to stop this shit. Y'all really need to stop this shit. Y'all supposed to be men. Broke or rich, you supposed to be a fucking man.
All right.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. He's not coming at you, Clout. Just going to be clear. I don't know how many panels you've been on with Ricky, but that's how he talk. He's really talking to everybody.
Yeah, that's how he do.
And also, he said,
I missed most of what he said because my signal just went out. But
yeah, I saw that face. I'm like, damn. Like,
yeah, I saw that too. I was like, oh shit, he's feeling that.
Yeah, that Kobe Bryant response. Like, that flinch. I'm like, damn.
He was just saying when he was gone, bro. I would take that.
But so I wanted to add to this as well. So in America, we have the luxury of having big cars, big home, big accounts. I mean, the status, the prestige, the looks. We got the social media platform. We got the presence. We get all the knowledge, all the access to it, and we're still stupid.
Yeah,
because
we
marriage
is in clean water.
Yep, marriage is not about an incentive to you. First of all, ladies, if you want to be married, your job is to figure out how you can be of a benefit to your man. Somewhere we've got away from that to be politically correct. Your job as a woman is to come into a man's life and to make his stuff better. And as a result of what you offer, he makes your life better as well. That's the first thing. Money aside, if you look at research, there are some physiological, there are some psychological, there are some emotional benefits to when you're with a person who actually loves and cares about you. So I want to make this point clear. We're not talking about just getting married to somebody. We're talking about getting married to somebody who actually loves you, who wants to see you live, who wants to see you healthy. There are benefits to this. It helps you to overcome loneliness. Loneliness directly messes with your mind. Your mind directly affects your longevity. If you feel lonely and you feel alone, every decision you make is by yourself, that messes with your health. Having somebody who loves you, who makes sure you go see a doctor. If you fall, they're there to pick you up. If you feel alone, they're there with you. Most people don't know what it's like for a parent to die and your life to change. And you never sunk into depression before. Most people never went through a cancer scare to where you're walking your wife or your husband to the hospital as they get treatment for cancer. Most people don't know what it's like for your wife to have to go through postpartum depression, and her body changes and her mind changes and her confidence level changes. Everybody just talks about marriage, about the incentives, and they have no idea that marriage is not about the stuff that you acquire. It's about the person that you are with. So I want people to understand that marriage is not about the acquisition of things, because there's a lot of people who got stuff and ain't happy. Marriage is about you finding somebody who loves you so much that they don't want to wake up without you. And that if something were to happen to you, their world would be shaken because you mean that much to them. Now, you can have all the money in the world, but there is nothing like coming home to somebody who loves you and who can't live without you. And that is what marriage is about. Not to mention, let me go spiritual for a second. There was nothing like, especially me, having a woman who prays for you. When life gets hard, it gets difficult, you don't have all the answers, you don't have peace, you can't sleep, you're tossing and turning, and you've got somebody in your corner. She might not have the words for you, she might not understand you, but she can pray for you, she can rub your back, she can be that safe spot. Most people in this American culture are so self-absorbed. We're so selfish. We want so much stuff that you can't see the benefit of people until you're on your deathbed and you finally recognize that you having the bag and you being a high value man won't keep you alive or give you another day on this planet. We're too focused on stuff. Marriage is not about stuff, it's about people, and together y'all get stuff. There are benefits to marriage.